Have you ever watched one of those old detective movies and watched them dust for fingerprints? They consider that to be the best evidence they could come by. Well, now forward to the modern day detective shows like CSI. And what are they after this time? A human hair. Well, the prize that they're actually looking for lies inside that hair. And that prize is DNA. Hi, I'm Janice Creneti. I've been teaching science and biology in high school for over 20 years. And I'm here to talk to you today about how DNA is actually extracted. Well, DNA is the genetic material. It's the blueprints that make us us. And so let's say that a scientist or a detective wants to prove that someone is actually guilty of a crime. They can create something that's called a DNA fingerprint that's going to be unique from one person to the next. Well, to create that DNA fingerprint, they've got to get after the DNA, which means it has to be extracted. You see, a DNA molecule like this actually lies inside the nucleus of a cell. So they have to get into the cell and then into the nucleus of the cell to get after this material. There's a several-stage process that they go through. First of all, they're going to have to break up the cell wall if it's a plant cell, or get into the cell membrane. So to break up a cell wall, they might use a pulverizing implement, like let's say a common blender. Then they're going to use a soap material, even regular household detergent, to dissolve the cell membrane that they need to get inside the cell and then inside the nucleus. Once they're in there, they're going to apply some alcohol, which is going to cause the DNA molecules to clump together and precipitate. That means fall to the bottom of a container. Well, now they've got the actual DNA. They can take that. If they need to, they can replicate it to produce more. They can take that DNA and put it into a fingerprint. They can run that DNA and see whether this person's DNA matches, for instance, a hair sample that's been collected at the scene of the crime. It's a lot to go through, but DNA is absolutely the best way to tell that you've got your man. I'm Janice Creneti, and this is DNA Extraction.